Cigars and Taxes. Thank you guys for joining us. We are doing this podcast on a little bit of cigars, a little bit of taxes. And most people that have connected with us have questions on what is that about? So we wanted to give you a little bit of information. So just to start off with, my name is Stacey Hoffler Smith. This is Layton Smith.
Hello.
We have an office in New Jersey, Cherry Hill, New Jersey, and we're both enrolled agents, which means officially we are licensed to practice before the IRS. Now, what that means is basically if an individual is having a problem with the IRS, whether it's multiple years that need to be filed, or they're having an audit, or a really significant balance due, they might want to reach out to somebody that has a little bit more information and knowledge and expertise in dealing with those situations, and we're that person. When we're involved in that situation, the client never has to speak with the IRS or state entities. As the power of attorney, we take on all of that interaction for you with whatever taxing authority it is, be it the IRS, be it the state taxing agencies, or local. Okay, so that's a little bit about us. As you see, Mr. Smith here is very much enjoying his cigar. That's the other half of Cigars and Taxes. And we have a little bit of something to sip away on here. And what are you drinking today? I can't remember.
Oh, well, this right here is Abalor 12.
Oh.
And smoking a Alpha Marie Reconquista cigar.
Oh.
So, Stacey just went through the technical part of what Cigars and Taxes are. I'll give you my rendition of Cigars and Taxes.
By all means.
So, as she said, my name is Layton Smith. I am an IRS enrolled agent. Of course, the beautiful Stacey Hoffler Smith, also an IRS enrolled agent. We are accountants. We focus on tax representation. So, what is tax representation? When you hear those ads on the radio, you're the IRS in the state, $500,000, they're about to come grab you and your mama. That's what we do. All right. So we deal with, not just tax representation, but tax mitigation also. But for what I focus on primarily is IRS state audits. Clients that have large liabilities, not paying any payroll taxes, offers in compromise, currently not collectibles. That's what I do. Stacey works primarily with the tax mitigation folks.
Tax mitigation, tax planning.
Yes.
Yes.
So, as you said, we're accountants. We have an office in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. We also have an office in Waterbury, Connecticut. And what is Cigars and Taxes? So, for probably at least 10 to 12 years, we pulled most of our clients in cigar lounges. So, we finish out a hard day. We have, relative success on an audit or a collection case, and then we would reconvene. We'd have dinner at a particular restaurant, and then we would go to one of the cigar lounges that we're members of, and we would just sit there, hang. We would have a smoke. We'd have a drink, and
Just
normally
taking it down a
taking
notch?
it down, yes.
Yeah.
Around everybody else is doing the same thing,
Yes.
and normally, sometime between 8, 9, 9:30, somebody that had maybe 4 or 5 drinks or 2 to 3 cigars, they'd walk up. They know us. We know them. We've been in the same places for years, and go,
Right.
You know what? I got a letter from the IRS said I owe like $300,000. I don't know what the hell they talking about. I swear I only owe like $5,000. They got a letter that said $300,000, and we're just sitting there and we're going, So you owe $5,000. You got a letter that said you owe $300,000, huh? Interesting. All right. Here we go.
Here we go.
Brand new client. And that was our advertising, our marketing until COVID hit.
Yeah.
Literally, we sat in cigar lounges and we just had clients walk up to us. Now, one of the real interesting things about the cigar lounge is very informal, very friendly, safe space, conversations you have in a cigar lounge, the real world is not ready for. That's the truth. We have conversations.
Kind of scary to be honest.
The conversations that happen in a cigar lounge. The regular world, you could not go out and have those conversations. But because you have that freedom, you have that liberty to just sit, drink, talk. You're not judged on your beliefs. You're not judged on, in fact, you go to IRS, $300,000. It's a beautiful place. Now, COVID happened. A lot of that ended. We got back into going to the cigar lounge.
Right,
Not
because
quite the
everything
same.
closed. Everything was
Yeah.
closed for so long. It took things pretty long to open back up. And I don't know if it was quite the same when it did.
No, but
Yeah.
the goal of Cigars and Taxes
Yes.
is for us to bring that informal, very friendly, but very informative conversation that we had in cigar lounges to your ears
Yes.
and to your cell phones. So we're bringing you into these conversations.
And I think it's worth noting that these conversations would come up. Sometimes people would end up being clients, but sometimes it was just more of a talking point because maybe they talked with their current, exactly.
And they heard something they didn't like.
Right.
So they came to us for our advice so they could take back and
Right.
help the other account.
I think one of the things that you and I are known for is just making sure that they understand what it is, you know?
Making sure they understand the fight that is in front of them.
Yes.
That's all it is.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes.
So, and for all entrepreneurs, you understand life has never been easy. No,
Nope.
We're talking about a certain group here.
That's true.
We're not talking about the ones who they daddy then gave them $5-10 million to get started. We're
Yeah,
talking about
that's
the
a different
ones who
group.
you worked all your life, you have a really particular good skill set, and now you've gone off on your own. They
And
would
you've
come.
had some success.
Yes, had success. They would come, cigar lounge, we'd have that conversation. Cigars and Taxes, we're bringing those same conversations to you.
Exactly.
Not all of those conversations. You're not ready for all of those conversations.
You're not ready. What is
But
that?
the
You
wa-
can't handle.
You can't handle the truth.
can't handle the truth.
But the
Right.
ones that you are ready for, we're going to bring to you.
Absolutely.
All right. Now, what gives us the ability to actually have these conversations? So the first thing is you got to understand who you're talking to. This company, Hoffler Smith, has been around 23, 24 years now.
It's a
Actually,
little over
it's-
24, to be honest.
This version of the company, Hoffler Smith, has been here 23, 24 years.
Yes.
The original company, which is her father, Charles E. Hoffler and Associates, has been around since like the late 60s or something like
It
that.
hasn't been that long.
It was long as hell.
It was. It was early 80s. It was early.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. So
I know.
when I say late 60s,
I was
early
working there at
70s,
14. Yeah.
Yeah, late 60s, early 70s. Mr. Hoffler worked for one of the big five back then. And
Yes.
wasn't supposed to have his own practice.
No.
So worked for the big five. He had a small office here, and he was doing that since the late 60s, early 70s. I think he went official in the 80s
Yeah,
or something like that. Yeah. But what gives us the ability to have these conversations? We have a decent sized practice. We've helped hundreds and hundreds of families in our particular way, which is, they owe $200,000-300,000. They're having arguments with their spouse. They're having fights with their children. They're dealing with those particular problems. And we come in and we help them sleep at night.
We
help them
understand
manage.
that fight. That fight. It's not just that you are having this issue with the IRS. We understand that it impacts
Every aspect of your life.
aspect that you are seeing in your life on the day-to-day. It has to be fixed.
So we are accountants, and we are counselors, and we're therapists, saviors. Point is, what gives us the right to have this conversation? We've been in business 24 years. We've grown to magnificent heights. We failed a dozen times or so, but we've been very successful.
So many of our clients have watched us as we've moved through this whole process, we've stumbled along the way. A couple of times we failed a little more than we wanted to, but we always keep moving forward, and we always want to share what our experience has been and whatever tidbits we learned along the way. So
That's it.
That's
So
it.
what Stacey was really trying to say there is we didn't go take a Tony Robbins class and then now we're little baby gurus but never had a practice.
yeah, that's nice.
And I'm not coming at anybody who took a Tony Robbins class
No,
and then
it kinda
became an
sound
instant
like
guru. All right.
Kind of sound like it, but
Actually,
okay.
you did take what Tony Robbins had wonderful classes. We love Tony Robbins. You took a Tony
I
Robbins
did.
class.
I
Yes, you
did. I
yes.
did a couple times.
Yes.
So, you know.
But we were practitioners before
Sure.
she took that particular
Absolutely,
class.
yes.
And that added to the practice. So, you know, it's always a cute thing. And I'm taking a couple shots here. But it's
Oh, boy.
always
Here
a
we
cute
go.
thing when I have a 22 or 24-year-old send me an email or connect with me on social media about, we can help your accounting firm get to $10 million this year. And it's like, okay. When was the last time you did that? Well,
And
and it's like,
and the discussion.
oh, it's like,
Okay.
listen, we're all right. We're all right.
Thank
So we have practical experience. We're talking to you from the standpoint of the client base that we have.
Yes.
And we're giving that advice. So
And
come
I-
along. We're going to have some great cigars. We're going to have
Right.
some great drinks. We're going to have some good conversations.
Yeah.
And hopefully you'll pick up some real good tidbits that'll help you and your business and your family moving forward. So this is what Cigars and Taxes is going to focus on. Giving you tidbits on business, industry, economy, your particular business, and maybe helping you grow.
Yes.
That's the goal. All while having a wonderful cigar and a couple drinks.
Yes.
And full disclaimer, everything that you hear, you should talk to your tax professional, okay? We are IRS enrolled agents. What does that mean? That means we can represent individuals in front of the IRS and the state the same way an attorney or a CPA can. It's 3 folks, attorneys, EAs, CPAs, who represent you in front of the IRS and the state. You can also have a non-enrolled individual represent you. You have to go with them, though.
That's the thing. They can't be there instead of you. They're there along with you.
There you go.
That's
There you go.
That's the difference.
There you go.
So.
Cigars and Taxes,
Yes.
come along for the ride. We're going to have a good time.
Yes.
Here we go.
We'll see you there.
Yes.